Okay guys, it's been a while since we've been over here to Premium Coach Group here in Gilbert, Arizona. And I don't want to say rare, because I know a lot of us overuse the word rare on the internet lately, but I do think it's rare. I'm going to be doing an inspection on a 2003 Vision on a Prevost XL2 chassis, but the part that makes it rare is that it's a short one. So this is only 40 feet long, not 45 like most other Prevost buses. Now, even though it's 40 foot, it still does retain a tag axle, but unlike a 45 foot XL2, there's not a bay right here in front of the engine service bay like you'll find on this Monaco Royale. So that's the biggest giveaway. Open up this, there's no compartment right there. But also, even though it retains 1, 2, 3, 4 compartment doors, like a standard XL2 45 foot one with 1, 2, 3, 4, the doors aren't as wide. So this door right here, if we were to measure all the way across, 45 inches. And on this, a Parliament, the number 2 door is 60 inches or 5 feet. Should also be able to see that one's a lot narrower too. But other than the length, it's still an XL2 chassis. Handles are very similar, but it can get you in a little bit tighter spaces. Saves a little bit of weight, but some garages and some parks won't allow bigger than 40 feet. So it's nice to have this option and still have a bus conversion. You may also notice there's no slide outs on this. So this is a 40 foot Prevost XL2 with no slide outs on it, which you know I already like. All right, let's get to work. All right, but like always, let's get on the roof. But here we go. All right, so if we come in the back right here, look the front to the back, we can see there's 3 roof ACs, a Winegard Traveler. I do have the one Girard awning out. But other than that, let's start taking a look at it. The first thing we'll take a look at is, this is not an awning, this is just a decorative valance panel so that the roof line matches up with the awning over there. You could theoretically put an awning here, but that would be a pretty good expense there. If you take a look, this is a stainless steel bracket manufactured by the bus converter. The sealant might be cracking right there. I could recommend that we reseal right there. Just a normal lap sealant. I just put this is just a normal Dicor. This is all they're pretty much using on the roof here. So this fantastic vent looks a little bit newer, but the sealant looks really good. Now, maybe one thing I didn't cover about the Dicor, the roof sealant is whatever the roof sealant of choice is what the bus converter of choice went with. They went with Dicor. Dicor is a good product. It will work on fiberglass, metal, and of course membrane roofs. It's just important that if you're going to reseal, that you know what sealant's down there, so that they, because some sealants won't interact with each other or seal to each other. So it's not really that metal roofs use a different sealant. It's just whatever the manufacturer decided to use. See any problems with the flange at all? I don't know if you can hear the roof kind of flexing and creaking. This is part of that monocoque construction. This is a metal roof. It is riveted down towards the back, but it's a one-piece seamless roof in the sense that there's not a seam all the way down the middle you might see on a Holiday Rambler. There is obviously technically a seam right there where it meets the front and rear caps. You guys are always so loud when I'm trying to make a video. I'm not trying to make a video. It's quiet as a mouse out here. We get back down here to this mount panel. I don't see anything wrong with the sealant. Nothing cracking right there. And there's just a little end cap to kind of finish off the look of it. This is a fiberglass rear cap. And like I said, it does get riveted down. If you like to peer over the edge right there, look at these clearance lights, kind of maybe look down the side, see if there's any buckling. It's a good viewing angle for that. But this paint looks really good. Unlike most of these RVs, it's not peeling on the roof, at least on the cap. There's a little bit of peeling going on those awning caps, so I'm not even seeing any real checking on the fiberglass. Man, that paint looks really shiny too. And if you were to ask me what this junction box is for, offhand I wouldn't know. It's just gonna be a radio antenna. It's going through there to there. I don't know. It's a good question, but I don't see any issues with the sealant or the installation. It looks like somebody hit it with some of that spray Flex Seal, off-brand roof sealant. I don't care for that stuff, but it didn't do any harm. There's the Winegard Traveler. Strange that they sealed those screw holes. Those don't need to be sealed at all. These are the ones that are actually securing it to the roof. Those are what you take off, take the whole turret off the base. It's not weatherproof at all right there. But this is going to be for this is a dish reflector, so this is obviously for Dish Network. Take a look over here. Okay, saw something that looks strange. There's like a pipe right there, so that's what they're using to secure that down. That's interesting. It's kind of like a frame for that cap. Look at this stainless steel mount. I don't see any issues with it. And again, this is not an awning. This is just a balance panel made to balance out the roof line all the way around because of that one awning over there. But it is the same Girard box awning frame itself. If we peer over the side, there's not much to see. That's a really big window there. You can kind of see the seam over here. I did already inspect the window awnings. Those are Zipty window awnings. They do match the Girard patio awning fabric. Right back here, we're gonna find, so you can hear that roof creaking because the metal itself is pretty much free floating. It's not secured down in too many places other than the attachments on top of the roof. Other than that, it's pretty free floating. So that's gonna be a normal sound. Don't worry about that. This rear AC, I'll check, make sure it's not loose. Now this is using a Max Vent AC cover, so it's not an OEM AC shroud, but those are a lot cheaper than the OEM ones. At least somebody's taking care of it. Looks like they made little drip pans right there. It's interesting. I've never seen a stainless steel drip pan to catch the condensation. Vision did some interesting things here. And let's see. Yeah, not seeing any issues. Let's see right there. It might be cracking a little bit right there. So I recommend resealing those. This sewer vent, you can see it's been splattered with that Flex Seal. And this is still not an awning over here. Let's see, we got an extra screw, and this is like a AC screw from some of the sheet metals there. Yeah, you can see that stainless steel drip pan. It's interesting. Same. Oh, there it is. It's not. This is a Icon Direct. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Icon Direct is what I meant to say. Oh, I've already done a few videos about Icon Direct being a pretty good company. Not a sponsor, but it's going to be a cheaper route than the Dometic AC shroud venue. So let's go ahead and make sure it's not loose. It's not loose. All right, no missing hardware. I think a technician forgot to put a screw in at some point when they did some servicing on it. But can't say from experience that I would ever do that. But I'm pretty sure they got a lot of extra screws there anyway. Got 3 more metal sewer vents over on this side. Again, they splattered it, but looks fine. This would be the fiberglass in between the window over there and the windows over here, and there is a little bit of checking on this. Just at the top right there. On the sidewalls, I don't see too much. I have to hurry up. My camera keeps overheating in the sun. So we have another sewer vent located right in the middle of this awning bracket, and this is the real awning bracket. Another sewer vent here. I never really cared for the metal ones. They're durable, but I always feel like they rust out. You want to take that nut off, it breaks, and you have to replace it anyways. This fabric looks really good. This does have the telltale seams on it. Make sure that none of those are separated. This should be a sunbrella material, and I always like it when they're striped like this. They look a lot more like those resort awnings that really, I think, add a lot of interest to my eye, at least. But it does look like the fabric's in really good shape. The color's really nice and bright, and the seams are not separated, and the stitching isn't falling apart. Let's see. Yeah, we could probably inject some sealant underneath right there so the roof itself sticks to this. Getting water underneath there's not a big issue. It just gets stuck under there. There's all the actual points that go through the roof over here, and that's going to be sealed off over there. That's just because the roof itself flexes. But I'll still make note of that. We went ahead and upgraded to a Winegard 360. This is a really nice all-inclusive system. A Winegard 360 Plus. Mostly a TV antenna. Looks like they went for the trifecta with 3 Icon Direct AC shrouds. Not seeing anything wrong with this roof. Man, I like this. Nice metal roof. Looks like it does hold water right there a little bit, but I do put drain holes through here so I can keep the gusset from there and keeping water right in there. So it's actually a pretty good design on making the stainless steel bracket. But the front back is very open to having water and snow get out. On the sides, because I can't really show it to you because of the awning installations, there is a little bit of a lip right here. You can see the other side of it on this rail. So water can get stuck right there, but it is seamless wrap around all the way to the side. We haven't really looked down the side walls at all. This is all just glass, part of that bus. Up here, AC not loose, AC not loose. Oh, color me surprised, the wind sensor is broken. That's the wind sensor for the Girard patio awning to retract itself in high winds. Again, like I always say, never trust the wind sensor to ever work anyways. If you're going to be away from the RV, put the awning away. But still have the drain cups up here too. A whole bunch of antennas. It's like a broadcasting studio over here. I assume cell phone, radio, CB, and maybe another CB mast. That's 4 air horn trumpets. Some issues there. There's going to be the seam from the front cap to the roof itself. I will walk it. I didn't walk the back one because that one was fine. I don't see any issues with it. Don't want to trip and fall. There is again a little bit checking on this front cap, but the paint itself does not look like it's peeling. Go over the side here. Somebody's gone a little bit crazy with some sealant on this. Not too pleased with the look of that. This is an actual window. Look down at the front. Clearance lights look pretty good. This is a gasket set windshield, so we do want to take a look and make sure that the windshield's not falling out anywhere. It does have a searchlight on it. I feel like somebody sprayed some clear. It's almost like up front here, instead of using the white roof spray on it, they went with some clear stuff. And I think that's what I'm mostly seeing over there. I don't know why people, I would not recommend anything spray. All it did was create a whole thousands of millions of little air bubbles right there. It's not really sealing anything. Oh, look what I found. There's that wind sensor. Should have been right about there. And while we're here, take a look over the side. Looking pretty good. Clearance lights look pretty good. Again, that's glass, that's glass. Well, there you guys have it. That was doing a quick little roof inspection on this Vision. But overall, this roof is in really good shape. Some people use some spray sealant for no real reason that I could see. We do probably want to seal up a few of the awning feet. And of course, the wind sensor for the awning is broken. We'll make note of that. But it does look like somebody's been maintaining this very well, including new AC shrouds. I don't see any sort of debris. I say that out loud, and I guess I missed this stick right there. They kept it kind of clean. Like every RV out there, I do recommend that you at least have your roof inspected once a year, either by yourself or somebody else. Just look for physical damage, because you never know what's going on up here, and a water leak can really just completely ruin any RV. Believe it or not, it's autumn or fall, and it's still pretty hot out here. I'm gonna get down off the roof. I'll put the awnings away. I'll do an inspection on the inside. Then hopefully I'll do a walkthrough with you guys. It's a pretty interesting coach. Now I know I show you inside, but these doors are open still. Because passenger side sewer dump with a black tank gray water bypass. That's kind of interesting. You don't see outside TV with the. I think this is an Amazon TV. I like how it kind of swivels out like that and installs at an angle. Then you have an electric barbecue, a nice Mach 5 Headhunter water pump, and you can see it does have an aqua hot. More pretty deep storage here. The all-important folding chairs, but this is what I needed anyways. Put the awning away. Really, those box awnings are great. Not having any arms you have to hit your head on, especially if you're wearing a hat. And it's a really nice carport if you want to park underneath them too. All right, with that closed, now hopefully you can see why they add those 3 non-functioning awnings to the rest of the sides. This would be the roof line on top of the awning right there, and just having that part stick out by itself does make it look a little bit more sided or ugly, so they like to just balance it all out with non-functioning awnings. And of course you have to do it on both sides, otherwise it would look weird only having one hump on that side and not a matching one on the other side. And we'll take a look at that Detroit Diesel Series 60. Looked pretty clean to me as I put this door away. I think it's just been professionally serviced. Even the batteries are from March of this year. There she is, Detroit Diesel Series 60. Looks pretty clean. But enough of this. I want to take you inside, but one more thing. On the paintwork outside, it might be lost. It has like lightning bolts and cloud shadowing all in here. It's kind of a cool little airbrush feature they put in. It's not very visible from a distance. All right, I got them to bring it inside. It's nice and quiet. I'm the only one here. But I did finish up the inspection on the inside. This is a pretty clean coach. But I do want to take you guys through it because it's 2003 Vision bus conversion on a Prevost XL2 chassis. The short one is a pretty interesting coach. The bus converter Vision was based out of California. I don't know their entire history, but I do know they did build a pretty nice coach here. I don't see Visions come up very often, but also I'm the only one here and they're looking to close the shop down. So I got to be quick. Now, before we go inside, I do want to point out this entry door. It is in really good condition, even though the lights inside all the handles are working. And then they did use a lot of stone in this coach, including right here at the entryway, at the landing, and even this border right here before we go inside. And yes, this is a 2003, so brass was still a thing, this nice polished mirrored brass. But luckily, I hear brass is making a comeback right now in 2022. We'll take a look at this at a first glance. There's some interesting things to point out on this. One, this 2003, but it is stone tile all the way through the back except for the bedroom. The countertops are all stone countertops too. So usually manufacturers like to use Corian countertops, but they went with a heavy duty real stone on it. And while this is a 2003, the interior layout doesn't really look that bad. It has both automotive horns and an air horn. I will show you guys, I know everybody wants to know, it is 88,000 miles, so not too bad, but it does have that flip out Alpine dash radio, and the backup camera is working on it. Driver's seat is an air ride seat, which is pretty nice to have. I have driven across country in those, and it might be difficult to see the driver's seat and the passenger seat. This passenger seat sits very high. It's on an extended platform right there because this is a step cover. Instead of having a cover that comes out this way, comes out the front, and there's still stone on the step cover there. So the passenger's feet are kind of like on a little bit of a parapet or something. And a little bit surprising on a bus conversion is that you get a glove box. Usually you only get that on a Newell. You don't normally get a glove box there. Featherlight has them too. I shouldn't talk too much about it. Another thing I did notice on this that I do like, all the cabinetry and the wood is real wood. You don't normally get that except on a Monaco Royale, but this is really some nice cherry wood, it looks like. Pretty common in 2003 era. You do get an over-the-road TV right here. And the entertainment center is pretty well laid out. We already saw the Winegard Traveler. It's got a Blu-ray. Really nice upgraded den and home theater system. Now, I did have the opportunity to meet the current owner, and they did a lot of work on this thing. He's a really nice person, and he did a lot of work upgrading this and keeping it modernized. But the guts of this is still very original. Like this sofa, this is a leather sofa, and of course it does jackknife into a bed like a normal sofa would. But you do also have a drawer underneath right here, and you can see we do have hydronic heating. But across from the sofa, this is not original. This has been added by the current owner. Electric fireplace space heater, which is nice, but also, even though we have a TV right there, it's difficult to see that. This is a televator hidden behind here. He had this whole thing built and installed, and they did a really good job of matching the wood and making it look pretty original, I think. Really nice. Now across from the TV, which is pretty good viewing, you can see right there, you'll find me sitting in the sofa, but check this out. Throughout the coach, we're going to find these silhouette shades. And my favorite thing about them is they are manual. You just have pull strings right there, very easy to operate. Bring it all back down again, rotate it around, and now you have your day shears. So while the dinette table is backlit, I don't know if you can see that green. This is original, it is acrylic. The seats themselves are not original, but I do like the decor choice they went with. To be honest, I like the clock that they went with too. The owner did upgrade all the lighting in here to be LED lighting, and strangely enough, get a remote for that too, so you can dim them using the remote. But they still do work on the push buttons. Now across from the dinette table, we'll find the galley. Now remember, there's no slide out right here. You don't have to worry about when you're in transit, and it is a very wide aisleway. Now we can see the cabinetry. It is solid wood. Is it a little bit more plain than I would expect on a luxury bus conversion? Maybe a little bit. It's a little bit more residential style, but I do like that. And this is 2003. This is going to be the original granite countertops, steel stone granite countertop, one central sink. It's an all-electric coach, so it does have 2-burner electric stovetop. That's not induction, and it does have 3 roof ACs controlled by the thermostat right there. Hidden behind this kind of plain-looking panel, that's going to be your convection oven microwave from Sharp. Next to the stovetop, there is a nice-sized pantry with, man, that's a lot of drawers right there. Floor-to-ceiling pantry. And across from that, we'll find the Gen Air refrigerator, freezer on the left, refrigerator on the right, and of course, I always think every refrigerator should have water and ice in a door on an RV. As we push past this solid pocket door, I'll lock that down. It's going to be another little found closet space right here in the hallway. It is cedar lined. Now remember, this is a shorter Prevost bus. You have the shower, it is brass shower. But not only is it still stone as a cubby, the accent piece, this rest of the wall is going to be Corian. But the shower pan itself is made up of a whole bunch of individually cut stone tiles, and it does slope straight to the drain like every shower pan should. But let's go ahead and check the shower out, make sure that it's high enough for me. Now I'm 6 foot. The step up right here is probably about 7 inches. So when I step in, I didn't duck, I am standing straight up, but I'm just barely grazing the top of my head, so you should probably duck down a little bit. But inside here, it's quite a bit of room, and more importantly, I'm under the shower head at 6 foot, so good head height in here. I did have to duck a little bit so I don't hit my head right there. Has a lot of ample countertop space in the bathroom. Also has some really nice medicine cabinets above with a fair amount of mirrors too. But the water closet will be behind this solid wood door. It does have a Headhunter Royal Flush, which is of course porcelain, and of course my favorite RV toilet, because that flush you just can't beat. This intercom will talk to the intercom at the front door, and they did upgrade the fantastic vent in the bathroom. We did see that on the roof. You do have to point it like right through there to actually find out where the vent is. Don't ask me how long that took me to figure out. The water closet has its own vanity, and it's still a stone vanity, but instead of a black sink, it's going to be more of an off-white taupe looking sink. And medicine cabinet above. I even like the decor that they put in here, including, this is not wallpaper border, it's almost like a piece of trim with print on it. That'll just leave the bedroom as we go past this great big floor-to-the-ceiling mirror on the pocket door. We'll find the bedroom. Now we do go to carpet in here. This is a very plush carpet. This is a queen-sized bed. Again, it's not a north-south bed, and there's no slide out on here. But the owner did upgrade the fan instead of having a normal ceiling fan right there. You can kind of see it here. It has a nice LED light on it. But for those that saw already, it's also a cool blue LED light there too. Because why not? Now it is a little bit tight walking around the foot of the bed here. I could probably push it forward maybe another inch, but it's still pretty tight. There are always a little bit of trade-offs. But Vision did really do a really nice job in the layout of this control panel in the bedroom. Don't worry, you don't have to look at all these lights at night. Where is it? I'm gonna figure this out. Panel light. You guys already saw it before I did. I'll turn all those off. Does have in-floor heating under the tiles. Nice travel lock. Behind that is going to be where you find the TV for the bedroom. Now this would have been set up for a bigger tube TV at one point. Very ample dresser space back here with some found space for a countertop. And a decent sized closet, and it's definitely cedar lined back here. I don't know if they could get any more cedar in here. That closet does wrap around to this cabinet right there. Still has the stone nightstands on either side. And what would it be in 2003 without a Bose Wave radio? Look at that. Even have the intercom to talk to the driver. And maybe a guest at the front door. But that was pretty much it. This 2003 Vision bus conversion on a Prevost XL2 chassis. Remember, this is a short 40-footer, pretty rare. No slide outs. It's in really good condition. I really enjoyed everything about it. And without a doubt, it just screams nothing but pride of ownership on it. And I can't fault Vision as a coach converter. They did a good job when they built it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you have any questions about it, please do check premiumcoachgroup.com. I don't have any other answers on it other than its age, its mileage. I don't know how much it costs or even if it's for sale. It might be sold by the time this video comes out. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. Enjoy. Close the shop down. They're locking the door. Now, before anybody says anything, and yet, yes, this electric grill does pull out. It really nothing too high tech to it, but I do know that in here it has the rotisserie motor for it. I know that's important. But this is why I'm here. I need to put the awning rail back. I have a 2003, so I'm going to be doing an inspection on a 2003 Prevost. I'll lock it. Including the little toe shelf, right? Including that little toe shelf. Including that little footrest toe shelf right there.